Listen to you all from where you're watching this. My name is Ayangadi Babatunde Ibrahim. I'm an IT management student like you all. Yes, this page what we'll be doing is we'll be coming with value calculation and valuations. Actually, what actually prompted this is this. Many Nigerian students find it difficult to get a YouTube video. But we want to look at it, fine. What can we do? What can we do to help our fellow students? Okay, let's create a page, do videos, keep uploading it. Any student that find it easy, you can actually tell others as well. And any student that find it difficult, we have our number over there. We have the comment section open all day. You can give us comment and message us, then we'll reply to your problem anywhere you find difficult. Thank you very much. So for today, I'll be looking into the development of growth explicit model of investment valuation. This development of growth explicit model of investment valuation, actually, we have people that work on it. The earlier people, we have the 80s, the 70s, but the current one people know is just the 6 and the cross shortcut, which you have for this year of discounted cash flow. But now we will start with growth rate. We'll start with growth rate. The growth rate, we have the method in solving this, and using any of this method, you have the same answers in using of this method. The first is the equated yield. The second one as well, we have the present value, the YP in PEP, present value, amount of 1 year per annum, the present value of 1 naira. When we put all this in together, you achieve something. So let's start with all this formula. Let's write out the formula on the board and calculation on them as well. Of E times 1 plus G, all in bracket, raised to power T, and that's T minus 1. The method 2, which is the G, the growth, what you are looking for, G, in the bracket, E minus K, another bracket, 1 plus E, all raised to power T minus 1, all over E, plus 1, all raised to power 1 over T minus 1. Then the third method, this one we call it the 3YP, because you have 3YP here, YP in PEP at K minus YP TS at E, all over YP in PEP at K times PVTS at E. This is what we call, that's why we call it 3YP method, 3YP method. Now, all this, what does they mean? We have K, we have E, we have G, we have T. What do they all mean? Now look at this. The G is your rental growth rate, will be in decimal. Your K is capitalization rate, net income, capital value equal to net income times YP. That YP is this, your capitalization rate. Your E is the equated yield. Your T, the rent review period. In your questions, they will tell you your rent review period. Right? The ASF. Now look at this. What ASF is? Annual sinking fund. The formula for annual sinking fund is I all over A minus 1. We all know what our A is. I all over. A is amount of 1 naira per annum, amount of 1 naira, 1 plus 0 is power n minus 1. This is the annual sinking fund. So if you are dealing with E, you are using this E, the value of your E will be your I, then the N, which is your time, the yearly review. That's for the ASL that we have there. Now, what else again? The capitalization rate. Let me explain the capitalization rate. The capitalization rate is this. Remember, for investment method, your capital value equal to net income times YP. For we to get our K, capitalization rate, we are looking for K. Now, for this, you'll be given this, and you'll be given this. Just use this to divide this. You have your YP. Then convert it. Then convert it to decimal. That is your capitalization rate. Now, your E, your equated yield. You'll be given your equated yield as well. You'll be given your equated yield. They will tell you from the questions. Now, your T, the rent review, which is your T, the rent review. They will tell you that, okay, for this amount of money, for this property, the rent review is after every 5 years, after every 5 years, after every 4 years, after every 2 years. That is your T. Comparable properties is 4 million naira. The rent review are 5 yearly, and the lease period is 15 years. The yield on gilt is 10%, and the equated yield on property can be taken as the redemption yield on gilt, which is plus 2%. Now let's start. First thing in valuation is this. You need to understand what you are given. Analysis. You analyze what you are given. From there, you know what is what. One thing is you understanding the formula, how it works. Another thing is just analyze. Then you know, okay, this is my G, this is my K, this is my E, this is my T. So let's start that analysis first. Let's analyze the analysis. Now, the first thing that is simple here is the T, which is the yearly review. The property will be, the rent will be reviewed every 5 years. So T is what? 5. Now, your E, your equated yield. For your equated yield, we have this already. They said the yield on gilt is 10%. The yield on gilt is 10%. Now, there is a redemption yield as well on gilt. On this or gilt as well, there is a redemption yield, which is 2%. Plus 2%, we have what? 12%. If you convert this 12% to decimal, that is, we have 0.12. That is our E. Now, it remains our K, our capitalization rate, which is the K. The capitalization rate, I said it earlier that to have this, you need to understand that capital value equal to net income times YP. Capital value equal to net income times YP. What is your capital value? The capital value of a comparable properties is what? 4 million. 4 million equal to your net income. How much is the property commanding? After deducting your outgoings, the net income is what? The full rental value of the property is what? 200,000 naira. 200,000 times YP. Then the next thing is to divide by 200,000. Let's divide out 2 by 200,000. By 200,000. When you divide 4 million divided by 200,000, you have YP equal to 20. Now we have 20% after dividing 4 million divided by 20. This value that you have now, this is your 20%. Just use it to divide 1. You have the answer. So your I, your E now, your K, capitalization rate. Your capitalization rate will now be 1/20. And 1/20 will give you 0.05. Now we have seen our K, we have seen our E, and we have seen our T. Now where the problem is this. How do we get K? We know how to get T already. This one is very simple, the T. The review period after every 5 years. Question can come after every 4 years, after every 3 years. That is your T. Now your E is just your gilt yield, your gilt yield, and we're given the redemption yield as well. Just add them together. 10 plus which is give 20%. Convert it to decimal 0.12. Now this has now your K. For the K, which is the capitalization rate, at what rate will they capitalize this rent to arrive at the capital value? Very simple. Remember your investment method of valuation. Capital value equal to net income times YP. We have been given our capital value. We have been given our net income. It remains our YP. That's what we are looking for. That's what we are looking for. The K, capitalization rate. The capitalization rate. So divide using your submit of formula. Your YP equal to CV all over net income, capital value over net income. Anything you have, just use it to divide 1. Any value you have, use that value to divide 1. 1 over that value, you have your answer.